Okay, today I want to give you a brief overview of the intimacy pyramid, intimacy triangle, depending on what you like. Please do not underestimate the importance and the power of this pyramid. There are some 30 years of my work behind the creation of this. There will be another video that's going to walk you through it in great detail. Today I'm just going to give you a brief overview. To build a healthy relationship, you need 6 ingredients, 6 types of intimacy, 6 types of interconnecting interactions that bring two people together, which is what intimacy is. Start with verbal intimacy. Verbal intimacy refers to the communication pattern that goes on between two people, where according to Doctrine and Covenants Section 50, both rejoice and are edified together. First, look in the mirror and ask yourself, when you initiate or participate in interactions with this person that you care about, are you bringing uplifting interaction patterns? Is your response to things encouraging? Make sure you are bringing the Spirit with you and maintaining it in interactions. And if both of you do that, you'll be able to get through a few bumpy pieces and be able to move on to the next level. Please do not try to build higher or more complex versions of intimacy if you can't even get the interaction style, the verbal, the communication style to be intimate. Some people have to spend years, if not months, getting good at that and reading lots of books on it. Get a good slice of verbal intimacy into your relationship before you move on to cognitive intimacy. Cognitive intimacy is a thinking-based element of the relationship where you think about what you want to have be a part of your future, whether it's 10 years from now, 5 years from now, a week from now, or just later today. It's what you are thinking about, what is coming, and what you want to have as part of your life. Both of you need to be able to do this, and both of you need to be able to share it on a layer of verbal intimacy where you have an edified response, you have an encouraging response, you have an intimate response. You have to have a culture where you have a connection or a warm interaction style around each person's thoughts and ideas and plans about the future. If that gets into place, we can reach into the third layer. Third layer is more about the emotional elements that involve things from the past. A week ago this happened and it kind of knocked my feet out from underneath me. A year ago this happened and I'm still feeling some trauma from it. 18 years ago when I was a teenager, my life was contaminated by this difficult experience. As you move forward in your relationship and in your lives together, your brains are going to feel the sensation of there's a memory, there's an experience that I've had that is still keeping me from getting all in with this relationship and this connection. You've got to be able to put those things on the table and hear through them and experience some reassurances that they're not going to be a part of your future. So if you're not the one who hurt or scared your favorite person here, you have to comfort them that you're not going to be like that other person. But if you are the one who has done so, and it's not the second time or the 5th time they brought it up, they just brought it up again, we all have a right when we are hoping to be well connected with another person that it's still secure. It was secure a week ago, it was secure a month ago. But in the same way we do airplane checks, in the same way we do car checks, we need to check to see if it's still solid and safe to go into the next level. So having those conversations in an uplifting and edifying manner builds emotional intimacy. So after you have verbal, cognitive, and emotional, we now have a nice foundation for what we call psychological intimacy. Psychological intimacy is when both people are sharing thoughts and ideas and we're starting to bring them together. Hey, what are your thoughts on our backyard? What are your thoughts on our backyard? What are your feelings? What are your feelings? And let's start mixing our ideas together and having hybrid experiences where we go, you know what? I like the combination of our thoughts. I'm not threatened by your ego. I don't need to be the smartest person in the conversation. I like stirring our ideas together and coming out with something better. You can't experience psychological intimacy if you're still trying to decide who's going to win in the conversation. This is a team-based experience. It's inevitable that as you're working hard to be wise and intelligent and capable together, you're going to hit a wall of lack of wisdom. You will reach circumstances where her wisdom, your wisdom are not sufficient. This is common in parenting. This is common in working with complex social situations, financial situations, where you're both going, I'm not sure what to do, and we've had an edifying environment here, so I'm even comfortable saying I'm not sure what to do. Here's my best idea, but I'm not sure it's good enough on helping our daughter get through this or helping our son get through this. This is the beginning, or the layer, that gives us the chance to enter spiritual intimacy. Spiritual intimacy is when two people come together and they ask the question, "What shall we do? I lack wisdom. Let us ask of God." It's a very edifying and enjoyable experience to experience personal revelation. But I invite you to look forward to what is a team-based revelation in spiritual intimacy, when together you bring a problem and the answers start to come. It's a wonderful experience. The final capstone intimacy that confuses a lot of people as to why it's at the top and not at the bottom, because I've been told, well, don't you think that physical intimacy should be a part of the beginning, the middle, and the end? This is easily to understand intuitively if you think about it in behalf of your children, your adult children, your teenage children. Why do you want them to keep physical intimacy at bay as they build the other intimacies? We all know that if a young couple comes together and starts introducing physical intimacy before they have a good experience with cognitive, emotional, psychological, even verbal intimacy, like we're really good at making out, but we fight all the time otherwise. We're very sexually compatible, but we can never agree on anything about how to raise kids. You've got to build the other pyramid layers first if you're going to have any high quality, enjoyable physical intimacy. And yes, I am using your biology to our advantage, because all of us would like to find ourselves in a place where we can experience physical intimacy, and so we need to do this work to get there, to move ourselves there. And all the harvesting you get to do along the way. We have a nice big portion of verbal intimacy. We have a nice chunk of cognitive intimacy. We have emotional, psychological, spiritual, and I promise you that your physical intimacy experiences will be almost effortless and much more enjoyable than if you try to cram them in on the lower intimacies. So please study the intimacy pyramid. There's another video that covers all of this 10 times longer. See you then.